What's up? What's
Hello,
going
hello,
on?
hello.
Oh, where's our passion? Where's our passion dipped out? And what's going on, guys? We are back. We got Shawn, we got Ava. Where's our passion? Showing my image. She's probably having some technical difficulties, but
Yeah,
welcome
because
back.
your picture is showing in her spot. So,
I know it's just. I guess the show is still feeling the essence of the fire that I set from the last show. So I had to double up on y'all. Um, But what's going on, Shawn?
nothing. Just excited about tonight's show. We have a surprise in store for the audience, and I'm just excited. Passion is back from her traveling, and so can't wait to hear what she wants to say about her trip and everything. And then, I mean, I guess we all probably would try doing a little bit of traveling, so we can just let the audience know. But most importantly, we want to say thank you for tuning in again. We are
Yes,
so
yes,
glad that you are here with us for yet another episode. And we are ready to go
yes.
to the next level.
That's right. It's always about going to the next level, and every day, you can't just stay stagnated in wherever you are in your mind and your finances and your position and your dreams, ambition, and your goals. It's all about life, love, and all the above, and living it out to the fullest. So
Yes.
we are here back, and there goes our passion. Welcome back,
Hey,
baby.
hey, I do
Welcome back, girl.
apologize. Yes, thank you. I do apologize. I had a impromptu um whatever situation that had to handle real
You
quick.
had to
I had to
you
cap
handle
up.
your handle, huh?
Yes, but let me tell y'all, it's so great to be back. I feel like I've been gone forever.
Oh, we
I
missed you.
I,
know.
I mean, it's been a long time, a whole month, right? So,
Oh
towards
wow, that's right. It has
It's
been a
been a
month,
whole
right?
month.
Yeah.
Yes,
Wow.
yes. But y'all been doing the thing. I've been peeking my head in, checking out the shows in between. But you know how it is, all work and no play. And I had to get some play in. And that's what I did. I was in Miami. We went to for vacation. I went to North Miami
Okay.
and we stayed at this place. I forgot the name of it, so forgive me. But it was beautiful. And we were on the beach and when I say we were on the beach, we could walk out on the mezzanine and out through the doors, and it was this great big oasis with a pool for the adults and kiddie pools. And if you go a couple of feet further, there was the beach where you could do jet skis and all this other stuff. Oh my
Wow.
God. Yes, it
Where's
was.
my T-shirt?
Did you go
I
jet?
get a T-shirt, a keychain.
I did. I did not. I did not. I didn't bring any souvenirs back. I wasn't thinking about souvenirs. It was relax, relate, and release. That was the mission.
That's
Um,
awesome. Did you go jet skiing?
no, because I can't swim. So
Well, I went
it
jet
was
skiing.
not gonna
Not
be.
this time I went to Orlando, but the time before I went to Orlando, I went jet skiing.
Did you like it?
Somewhat. I had to get used to it.
Oh no, let
Wow.
me tell you something. I would be, and then you got to go too far out. The instructor said you got to, because you can't stay like close to. You got to
Right.
go way
Shallow
out
water. You
in the
gotta go out.
water.
Right.
Nah.
You gotta jet
Me,
out.
yeah, I'm not doing that. Okay, as big as my behind is, I cannot swim, and so I will not be way out in the ocean. And we stayed right across from Star Island. So, Star Island is the place where all of the stars have their beach houses or their summer homes or whatever. I mean, these houses were
Nice.
beautiful. And I'm gonna tell you, it's something about waking up every morning and looking out your window and just see nice, pure green water and just this white sands. It's so relaxing and calming. Just sit out on the balcony because we were on the 16th floor. So, whoo, Lord Jesus, we was up
You
there,
can
right?
see everything.
That's
Everything. And at night, it was the skyline is so pretty. It was lit up. We went to a couple of restaurants. We went to the Versace Mansion. Um, I can say that I was disappointed and that it wasn't that the food was nasty, but it wasn't good. It was like they didn't season the food, so it was bland.
Well, you know why that is. You know, they ain't catering to us with our Lowrys. So,
Yeah, well,
why you
next
ain't bring? I know you,
I'm gonna have
you
to
should
get
have
like
some
I'm gonna have to
Lowrys in
get
your
like
bag, girl.
that's what I'm about to say. I'm about to have to get like Miss Patty LaBelle and put some hot sauce
Some
in my
hot
bag.
sauce.
You know,
Yup.
she say I keep a bottle of hot sauce in my bag because you know salt and hot sauce make everything all right. Okay. And then we went to DJ Khaled's restaurant as well. He has a restaurant there called the Licking. Oh my gosh. And when I say, is it licking? Yeah, like finger licking good. So
Yeah.
the licking, right?
Let's
Everything
go.
magnificent. Oh my gosh. I didn't want to come back. I was trying to figure out how can I buy me something here and stay. So, you know, we walked along the strip for a little while. We went down to South Miami Beach, walked through the strip. Um, but I'm old school, so all them teenagers was starting to give me like anxiety. I was like, probably need to be at home in my bed at this time of the night, okay? I'm an old girl now.
Yeah,
But
Well, I was singing when I traveled. I was singing.
you
I
were
didn't
hanging?
miss any shows, but I went to New Orleans,
Uh-huh.
and of course, we went to the French Quarters and Bourbon Street, and we went at nighttime. And I was,
Ooh,
it was. I think when we decided after we finished at the restaurant, and we decided to walk, that was probably between like 11:30 and midnight.
right.
And everybody, I mean, they were dancing all in the street and
Oh,
all kind of stuff. And this man was riding on a unicycle with
okay.
the albino python wrapped around his body.
say word.
And the kids were screaming and running, and I was grabbing them saying, "Come back, don't run, he thinks that's funny." And they were, and Angel, my daughter, she would
Right.
play that fool. She was like, "Okay, you stand there and say come back, I am gone." But we had a great time though. I mean, it was just so much out there. So I
Oh,
know what
that's
you mean when the scene lights up at night, but
mhm.
you know me, I was trying to act like I was still their age, and I was
Oh
out
yeah.
there. I was out there with them until we saw a man who was doing something kind of crazy with animals, and I was like, it's time to go now because I'm not sure what you're doing with those animals
What
laying
was he
there.
doing with the animals?
They were looking dead, but
Let me find out.
Oh, he was about to do some hoodoo, huh?
and he was like, "Look, watch what they can do." I was like, "Oh no, I think I have traveled to another arena, maybe voodoo or something. I don't know, but we about to go a little further down the road." But
Okay, okay. Well, you
Mhm.
know, that's on my bucket list. I want to go to New Orleans, and you said they was dancing in the street, so that's right
Dancing
up
in the
my
street.
girl. That's right up my alley because you know I love to dance. I've been oh the little
Uh-huh. So we were
yeah
having fun in the street, and
oh
it
yeah
was like all different kind of music. So it was like you might go, you walk right here. We were doing a little whole dancing for a little bit,
right right
and then you went to the middle, and you were like, "Ooh,
okay
cha-cha." And you went down, and you went down a little bit, and you went on to the howling, and I mean, so it was all different hip hop, all different genres.
so what
Um,
about the food?
well, the food was good. I went to several restaurants, and so the food was really good. I mean, even the restaurant we went to, which I can't remember, that's why I didn't mention it. I can't remember the name of the food, but it was real good. And I wanted to try, of course, the food like the real red beans and rice and the
Mm-hmm.
crawfish etouffee and all of that stuff like that. And the restaurant we went to, and I hate that I don't know the name of it, but everything was really good. They actually had this little sampler of about three different dishes that
Mm-hmm.
the staples. And I don't remember what else I had on the plate, but oh, gumbo.
Gumbo. Oh,
Mhm.
girl, I bet you that was the best gumbo ever.
So I had gumbo and etouffee, and what I said. I can't remember, but I had three things, but it was really good.
You said the crawfish etouffee.
Etouffee.
Hmm. So what about when you went to Orlando? Because you went to New Orleans and you went to so you kind of vacation twice. You would have snuck something in there twice.
Oh, oh, when I went to Orlando, we had a great time. Now, Orlando, everybody always says, "Oh, you went to Orlando. I know you went to Disney World and all of that." But we did a lot of different things this time. We just went to like Ripley's Believe It or Not,
Mhm.
Madame Tussauds Wax Museum. So, I took pictures and I sent it to people saying, "Hey, I met Barack Obama," you know, but he was waxed. Now, I tell the truth. Now, he was waxed.
They look pretty dope though. Now I like
Yeah.
going to New York to wax museums. They be looking real life
hmm And it
especially for
was.
rock.
So we went to the wax museum. It was real fun. And then they had all different people in there. I mean, you had a part with like music, then you had sports. So you had different famous people like Shaq and Serena and um Don't Stop Me the Lion. But it was just really fun. So we enjoyed that. We went to the aquarium and we went to Disney Springs. And y'all, if y'all go to Orlando, you just have to experience the Rainforest Cafe. You talk about top notch customer service, and
Mm.
then the experience when you walk in, you feel like you have left the outside and really walked into a rainforest. I mean,
Mm.
all the trees and all, and they have animated animals and all moving in the trees and different things like that. Really nice, very nice experience. So we went there. That was in Disney Springs, and Disney Springs is made up of all these different shops and vendors and restaurants and all of that. We went there as well. So oh, we did the fireworks at Magic Kingdom. We did
Okay.
go to Magic Kingdom for the fireworks.
Okay.
um and
I bet
so
you
that
that was a nice show at the Magic Kingdom. I bet you that was a nice show.
Well, actually, it was nice, but it was short. I was thinking, oh, we're gonna ride out maybe 30 minutes or so on fireworks. It was only about 15 minutes, and it was nice. And the funny thing was, we decided, wait a minute, we need to beat the crowd, and so we decided to go ahead and take the tram back. And
Hmm.
so while we were going back, we were able to see all the fireworks over the water and all
That's
riding riding the tram, and that was so fun. And the man said when we got on, he said, "Oh, y'all decided to join me because I've had the best seat all night."
Mm.
Never lied. As we were riding through all of to get back to the cars, you just could see everything over the water. So that was a real. I
Ooh,
said
that's
next time I might just ride the tram around.
I know that's right. Okay.
Mhm. So it was fun. Yeah. So I had some fun too.
Good. Yeah, you have to look. I'm already sitting here plotting when can I go back, when my next vacation time is going to be. Um, I just got to make it work, right? I got a couple of leave. I got some hours to burn before the end of the year. Got
Uh-huh.
some that use or lose leave. I got to use it or I'm gonna lose it. So I'm
Yep.
about
Well,
to
you better
start.
use it.
Yeah, you know that's right. You know that's right, Mister
I
Scott.
know you've been doing some traveling too.
Right. So what's going on with you?
me.
Yeah.
Oh man, y'all doing enough traveling for 4 people. But no, I've been pretty much in the trenches. I'm in the process of doing a rehab of one of my rentals, and that's actually going really well. So I'm all business in the front, party in the back. I don't know when the last time I've been able to just unwind and take a vacay. I'm super overdue for a vacay, but I'm like, I just it's grind time, so I'm trying to just focus and buckle down. And when everything gets situated, oh, trust and believe. I don't care if it's winter, spring, summer, or fall. I love Orlando. I love Florida, first of all, right? And even
Mm-hmm.
when I leave wherever I'm at, that's the first place I want to go is Florida. I usually stay in like I think it's like one of those Hilton resorts for like a week, and oh my goodness, they treat you like royalty. Okay, I mean candy on the bed, this
Mm-hmm.
the spread, the food, the service is unbelievable. You go downstairs, there's a full. I mean, like I've never seen that much food so early in the morning. You know what I mean? All kinds of shaped waffles. You get to make your own if you want to. This is just The orange
Awesome.
juice was perfectly squeezed. I mean, like it literally tasted like it flows out of orange when they poured the glass of orange juice. I was like, and they got waterfalls in the eating area. There's a huge waterfalls right in front of us, just like sitting right here, just running down. I was like, okay, this is how you live. You know what I mean? I wish I could just live like that all the time. So yeah, I look forward to spending my time in Orlando, or I need to explore some other areas of Florida. Like I've never been to Miami.
It's
Um,
nice. You'll like it, like
yeah,
she
yeah,
said.
I've heard.
And
Yeah, I just was chilling with somebody that was from Miami, but I think that's the dopest place to go. You know, like usually it's funny during the wintertime, I literally hibernate in Florida. Like I'll spend 3 to 6 months out there just because I don't want to deal with the wintertime. And then come back, and then it's a little cold, but you only get like 1 month or two before spring kicks in.
hmm
So that's how I like to do it. But gotta get this paper first.
got it, got it.
But
Well,
yeah,
another nice place in Florida is Sarasota. If you, they don't have so much as amusement and rides and all, but they have a lot of cultural things. And then if you want kind of like that Caribbean feel in the island, because they are on the Gulf, so they
right.
have the white sand and the clear white water. I mean, clear blue waters and all. And they even have a shopping area that sits like on a peninsula.
Oh,
So you
that's
might
dope. Yeah.
go to
Yeah,
Sarasota.
I want to definitely get to some of those outskirts where it's all just like surrounded by water, whatnot. So it is a lot of places. I've chilled out in Kissimmee for a while. That's really I like the color scheme in Florida, like how they do their houses. It's all like it's like I would say Spanishy or whatever. It's bright colors.
Stucco,
You know
a
what I
lot of
mean?
stucco.
Yeah, so it definitely has a lot of vibrance, a lot of flavor, so I love that. And the people out there are pretty dope. So I enjoyed myself. It was weird that it rains like every day, but it only rains for like 15, 20 minutes and then it's back to whatever it was.
Mhm. That's that weather.
Mhm.
hmm
It's that weather. So what? You know. So here we are. Um,
So did you
11,
check out my show last show? We did the men did our thug thizzle. We got into some topics about some of the things that were affecting us, which was really really healing for me. To be able to vibe out with men like that was pretty dope. I've never been able to do that. That's probably the most transparent I've been in the last 20 years. So y'all saw it, y'all heard it. I can't take it back. It's out there, but nonetheless, I don't regret any of it. I believe that it was definitely it was a monumental moment in my life because it allowed me to realize that I'm not doing as bad as I thought I was without a dad in my life and be comfortable with that. Um, so yeah,
Yep. Well, I'm quite sure the listeners really enjoyed being able to hear things from a male perspective, and so I was excited because so many times we can hear things to a female perspective, and that time last month, especially since it was June, celebrating Father's Day and all of those things like that, it was particularly important to make sure men had a platform to speak as well as to listen. So I
hmm
think that was I think, yeah, June was well done.
yeah, I
Yeah.
enjoyed it. I mean, and our guests, we've had some amazing shows to be honest. If now that I'm thinking about it, you know what I mean, since day one to now, we've covered some topics. You know what I mean?
We
Like
sure have.
we've opened some wounds. We didn't, brought some light to some serious, hard hitting issues in the world and even in our personal lives. Um, so I hope that they were, like all of us. Like I've learned things about you, ladies, that I never even knew because of the show. So that's a beautiful thing, and I'm sure there's a lot of healing that took place since those topics were brought up, and you felt like you weren't so alone in the things that you've experienced, and what it takes to endure and get past all the different traumas and situations that we deal with from day to day, year to year. And you both look amazing.
Oh, thank
Well,
you.
I'm excited because this is our show number 12, right, Nisi?
That's it.
This is show number 12.
That's
So
right.
as you were saying, Abel, um, we've done some amazing things, had some amazing shows, and I think we should. I mean, what do y'all feel about us just taking some time and beginning to recap some of those amazing speakers and amazing shows?
That would be pretty dope.
That's dope. That's dope. I'm all for it, you know. I believe all of the shows that we've done thus far um are very good topics that affect people across multicultures, right?
Yes,
So it's not just a us problem or they problem, it's a me problem or them problem, it's a us. It
Mhm.
affects us all. And I believe we're just scratching the surface of a lot of it. And I'm looking forward to being able to bring shows that will afford our listeners an opportunity to um to heal if need be, where we can give them resources that they can reach out by, you know, introducing them to different counselors or coaches, or just providing them with the necessary resources should they decide that they want to take their own happiness and healing a step further. And that our show can be the catalyst to help cause them to say, hey, I may need to look into this and switch up a couple of things. I think maybe I can do some things a little different, because at the end of the day, it's all about evolving.
yes,
Mhm.
definitely, definitely. And I'm glad you said that because the shows make us do self-reflection.
Hmm.
And so as we reflect or we even begin to share, it causes us to pay attention and then say, hey, you know what? I might need to do this or I might need this. Or while going through a show, like Abel said, you're working some things out yourself. And so that's the same experience our listeners have because we're giving them the resources and they're beginning to be able to apply or see themselves. And I think that's what we really wanted out when we started out. We wanted to make sure our show empowered people and help them to be able to identify and obtain resources and all. So I think so far we've been doing a good job with making that mission happen.
Yes. Yeah, and have fun along the way.
Exactly.
And met some
Exactly.
dope guests. Like, you know what I mean? This show allowed us to connect with people that we would have normally not come across or met before, you know what I mean? So all the different people in their professions, counselors, you know what I mean, therapists, um, teachers. We've had some pretty dope guests on our show since day one till today. But does any of you have the titles of our show from day one to now?
We do, but
We do.
what was your favorite show? Tell me, what was your favorite show?
Hmm.
My show or Telly?
I was asking Telly which one was her favorite. We already know what your favorite show was. You told us I am a male, but who taught me how to be a man was your favorite.
Actually, no, it wasn't.
It wasn't.
No, it's up there. It's up there. Um, I
Oh,
think the what I really want to explore and I want to do a deep dive is into the what was the show we had the sex counselor on there? The
How to
love
build
coach.
intimacy into a relationship.
Yeah, I think that was a really, really, really dope topic. I think that we had a dope guest. I think we've only scratched the surface of that kind of stuff. And I'd like us to, maybe double back and do a recap of those kind of shows and see how we can expound on that.
Okay.
What was your favorite show, Sean?
um, I don't know. I keep looking at I I mean, I just enjoyed so many of them. I don't know that I have a particular favorite, but I do think I liked I really liked how we all vibed, all the females vibed on I'm a Female. Danielle was awesome.
Yes.
But then I also liked in our very beginning when we had Coach Loki on and he was talking about
Yeah.
self-love and stuff. So I don't know. I mean, but I think it's so important as we're recapping these shows though, we give a little um I guess I don't know a little bit about the show. So, like for example, when you said you like the how to build intimacy, she was really so deep
Hmm.
about telling us ways that we need to listen and understand each other and find our ways to meet each other where we are as it relates to intimacy. It was also so exciting to hear because so many times people relate intimacy to sex, but to just
Right.
realize intimacy is such a broad world and
Right.
have so many facets of how we are intimate with each other. So, like you said, that was a topic that we could really dive into, and she was great. Just teaching us how to become aware of ourselves. What are our personal needs? What are
Mm.
our personal desires? So I thought, like you said, that was a good show. That's why I said it's hard for me to
Right.
like
I like
what
soul
else.
ties too. Like when we got into, because I think about that a lot now. When we were deep talking on the soul ties and how you're still
Hmm.
connected to people and all that kind of different stuff is like that's really interesting, and it made me aware of how connected or not connected I am with someone in the presence anymore. You know what I mean? It made me take stock of who I'm really connected to and why I'm connected to them and why do I expect certain things and feel certain things or think about them this certain way or that kind of different stuff. So, it's kind of interesting. I get a lot of flashes and memories from the past.
Exactly, exactly. And that was also another awesome show. And I with Lakia and
Hmm.
I like the fact that when we don't think about it, and so many times we live life and we just think, I just want to be in a relationship, and then we become connected to people and don't even realize how come I'm acting a certain way or I'm saying certain things that maybe I wasn't saying before
Right.
because we pick up from each other. And so that was a really good show too, right? You're right. Talking about soul ties, w- to what degree are you connected
Right.
and what does it mean? you know?
Exactly. And knowing that the soul ties can be a force
Mhm.
that's like none other, because it's hard to get rid of a soul tie.
Yes.
When you get a soul tie with somebody. And also what I like most about that show was, up until that show, I always thought soul tie was in a negative connotation. But
Mhm.
Lakia let us know that you can have a healthy soul tie. So soul ties
Yes.
can be healthy, and those are the ones that you want to try to maintain and keep. But them ones that's gonna have you driving somebody off a cliff, gotta get rid of them.
Exactly.
That'll be
Exactly.
good. But I think my favorite show of them all, to be honest with you, um, was, I want to say, Walking in Shame.
Mm.
You
Yeah, that
know,
was a good show.
that one was a really deep show. It can get deeper. Like I said, we kind of just scratched the surface, but shame is the spirit of shame is such a what word am I looking for?
It's
Oh,
heavy and it holds you in bondage.
yeah, it's a
Exactly.
stronghold.
It keeps you, and it's like the mother of all negative spirits, because out of shame, then you get regret. You become regretful. You feel guilty. You have all of these negative emotions that.
Offensive, yeah.
So
Every
I think, and when you look at it, leaves the door open. So we talked about shame, but we
Mhm.
really didn't talk about guilt. So maybe we can look into the spirit of being guilty, or even the um the regret, right? Because some
Mhm.
people are very regretful with things that they do. What else is there? Then there's the anger and jealousy and all of these things that kind of can be more out of shame. So
Exactly.
I think,
Exactly.
yeah, I think that was my favorite show of them all.
And
So, I wish I had, my editing power that I like to normally have, because even as we were talking about them, I love to be able to flash them up. So, I might have to go back and do that, because I really think that we touched on a lot of different stuff, and most of our viewers missed it. So, just in case you missed any of our shows, we're gonna start reposting them, reblasting them, purposing them, and engaging and energizing them to bring bigger and more awareness to some of the topics that might have missed you, because you logged on late or didn't know we were, you know, doing our things. But yeah, we got some really, really dope shows, really dope topics, really dope guests. We have some really great hosts with us on our show. I hope you guys are really, really enjoying it, and I hope it's being helpful to you in your lives. If it isn't, let us know. If it is, also let us know. We want to know how we're affecting you in a positive and or a negative way. And if you have any suggestions for us to make our show better, we're always open to, hear what the people got to say, what y'all got to say to us. So, but yeah,
Well, wait a minute,
definitely.
that ain't all our
I
shows,
was
is
getting ready to say I would talk about when,
it?
when we
We
first
gotta do
began. We just started talking about what is love. So when we first began, and that's when we had Bishop Bragg, David.
Oh, Bishop killed it,
Mhm.
yo.
And we were talking about what is love. And I think so many times people, I think I love you is such a easy thing to say now. We
Hmm.
pretty much even say it just as like a cliche. Like you might know somebody, and after talking to them for a while or being around them for a while, you just go, I miss you, I love you. Then you be like, you might
Right,
even catch yourself like, did I just say I love you?
right,
you know,
right,
and so we like those three words we throw out, but even exploring and understanding the depth of true love, unconditional love, and the different types of love was really something good that we talked about on our first show. And then we rolled right in. That's when we rolled right into coach. And we started talking about, okay, now that you know all the different types of love, how do you love yourself? You know,
hmm,
because we try to put on this facade, but many of us do not love ourselves and do not do what we need to do to take care of ourselves. And so I think, when we're even thinking about that, that's something. And as you said, Abel, you might need to go back and listen to that because you were like, I'm overdue for what? A vacation. But you
right.
know what? If you keep wearing yourself down, as we talked about on that show, if you keep wearing yourself down, then you're not going to be effective. Because
Right.
one time or another, you're gonna be like, "Oh, I'm tired," and then that's gonna be it.
Oh, that happens quite a few times during the week. I just conk out like I got a big 32-ounce tumbler right here just to keep me going throughout the week, throughout the day. Without, I'm telling you, this is my survival juice, and without it, I would not be smiling right now. I'm
Well,
gonna be straight up with you.
I
I'm
think
not gonna probe what kind of juice that might be.
No, of course. No,
I
that's
want
my
to see,
but
that's
you
my
know,
Java. That's my go-go juice is Java juice.
oh, okay, okay, because I wasn't sure. Sometimes you put people put a little stuff in their juice to keep them going, so I didn't know.
I didn't say it had a little extra sauce in there or not. No, it's a
So
virgin coffee, so I put way too much sugar in it to be trying to even put anything else in there, because I'll be bouncing, but it keeps me going. So it's crazy. It brings out the best of me. But anyway, yeah. So we are talking about some of the dopest topics. So what's another topic of a show that we've had that's been fire? All of them has been fire, but I really like how Bishop Macked that whole show in the car. All right. We had none of our guests rolling through like that and give that much power and information in a gas station. He was on fire. You know what I mean? He would have lit up any more. He would have blew up in that gas station because he definitely set that topic on flames. And I really appreciate him deep diving into it and being able to accommodate us with all that wisdom, knowledge, and spirituality and understanding. Because what I was, I didn't know what they expected to be. You know what I mean? I love how he covered every person, whether you were Christian, holy roller, non-roller, anything that you fell into, he had something for you that was tangible enough to give you a legging, a footing on, you know what I mean, the issues. And I just like how he handled it. So yeah, big up the bishop. He got his podcast. I'll be seeing his podcast popping. You know what I mean, tune in from time to time, but he doing it. So I want to be like you, Bishop.
Okay. Well, then we had why men won't commit. I know that was like a
uh,
topic that many people were like tuning into because that's a topic that women always want to know why he won't commit. And so we had Shalonda Smith on that one. Sulonda. I said Shalonda, but it's Sulonda. And she was awesome on that,
Oh
just
yes, she
telling us
was.
different things. Go ahead, Nisi. I want
I
go
said,
ahead.
I, no, I said, oh yes, she was. I was agreeing with you. She was very, very awesome. I enjoyed her thoroughly.
Yeah, so she gave us different tips. She began to talk to us about understanding the man and everything like that. So it also helped us to evaluate ourselves as it
mhm.
relates to some of our approaches towards men. So if you are one of those women who keep thinking you all that in a bag of chips and wondering why no man will commit to you, you might want to check that show out because she has some nuggets in there. And so I would
Your
tell you
chips might be stale, baby. They might be stale.
to
Oh wow! I hope them chips ain't stale. Ooh-wee. Throw the whole bag away if they stale.
Not
Throw
yet.
the
They
whole
are
bag away.
expired, baby.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Gotta repurpose those.
No
okay.
repurpose. Throw them away. Let them go.
They fertilizer fuel now.
I'm messing with you.
So so when we talk about examining yourself, that leads us right into when as a woman, when mental health month
Yes.
and also Mother's Day, sometimes we don't realize that it's something that we have going on that people are feeling on us or they can see. And so it was so good for us to talk about mental health and motherhood. And so that was a good topic, rolling into May. We wanted to bring awareness to mental health, but we also want to bring awareness to how mothers are dealing with the fact that they may have mental health experiences and how it impacts them, their children, and just their life in general. So that was also a good topic. Nisi and I rolled out with that, and we really did some sharing and some self discovery during that show. So I think that would be one for you to just tune into.
Yeah,
That
I
was
think we
also
need to,
us.
we
It
need
was
to
also us who did Walking in Shame, Nisi. That's right. We did Walking in Shame.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we have some skills too. Yeah, yeah.
That's right. I mean, we need to do. I think we need to do a deep dive on that because I think that's an ongoing issue across America, just across the globe, is a mental health issue. Because we still see the craziness going on throughout day to day. You know what I mean? Some of the most absurd, unspeakable things that have happened since that show to now. You know what I mean? In schools and Philly and just a whole different bunch of places. So our prayers go out to all of those people that are working through those situations across the
Yes.
globe, and
Yes.
really, like, for real, because we are dealing with people that are dealing with mental. I got issues. All right, I got issues, and I consider myself to be a really sane and sound individuals, but I find myself a little warped sometimes in my thinking, like truthfully speaking, just because we're all dealing with some type of deficiency since COVID. And I'll just be straight up, like, you know what I mean? My expectations, or even my, sometimes like being around people, I have to like I have to remind myself, like, is it a safe? Is it okay? Can I hug this person? Can I, is, you know what I mean? Like all these different parameters of being are a way of our life now, and I'm not sure that if I'm comfortable. You know what I mean? I have not completely got comfortable with the world being active and me being active and doing all those other different things like nothing ever happened, and you know what I mean? But nonetheless, silence and speaking, it's just, I know a lot of people are still dealing with mental health issues, and we should definitely explore it a lot more and probably bring on some psychologists and even beef up our resources, because every show that we have will touch back onto some kind of mental illness.
And you're right. I mean, since COVID, there's been definitely an increase, a significant increase in depression, anxiety,
Hmm.
OCD, which is obsessive compulsive disorder, and as well as grief and loss. So many times people associate just grief and loss with somebody dying, but we had people who lost homes, who lost jobs,
Right.
who lost relationships. I mean, so many things happen as a result of COVID. And so we're seeing that. Um, but I also agree with you that the nation and the world is experiencing so much impact from mental health, but that goes way beyond COVID as well. I want to make sure we don't provide a platform in which people think that we're associating these people who are doing these mass shootings with COVID effects. This is hate, and so we really have to get a handle on the distortions and the brainwashing or whatever is occurring that's causing people to have such a hate for anyone different than them and going after them. And so, with that being said, yes, it's mental health issues, but that's even a deeper layer. That's a deeper layer. That's just not just plain mental health. That's not just somebody, oh, I had schizophrenia and I just went and shot up the nation's capital or whatever. These people have agendas. And so I want to make sure that we don't give people that's really suffering with mental health issues, we don't get them associated with these people who are just wiping out lives because they feel they can.
Right.
So
Yeah. I totally agree with you. And even on the lighter side of it, just in our day to day, you know what I mean? Like we look in the mirror and we think we are whole. Every day I catch myself doing something or thinking a certain way and be like, why do you, what made you think that? Like
mhm.
just totally left field, you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah, yeah.
And
Been
I
there,
be like,
done that.
and I gotta catch myself, whether even if it's like, so it comes up in anger. It comes up in expectations. It comes up in loneliness. It comes up in fears.
Mhm,
It comes up in
mhm,
regret. It comes up so many different times that you have to wonder whether you actually have a healthy perspective on everything you know. Like, like the Bible tells us, you know what I mean? Well, the more you realize that, the more you think you know, you realize you don't know nothing.
mhm,
So if you think you know something, the real truth is you don't know nothing. You know what I mean? And that would be the safest place for us to always be in regards to dealing with all the issues that we deal with personally and how we deal with other people, because that's the only time that the mental issues really come out is when we're connected with talking with somebody else, and either we're warped or they're warped. And if both of us are warped, it's a warped ass conversation. So, you know, even in the empathy level, like the levels of compassion for one another have dropped to the all-time low in the way we care for one another.
mhm,
You know what I mean? Just checking on your friend, how you doing, and even asking how you doing, and being a listening ear and concerned about how that person is doing versus just making idle conversation to get through a conversation, or to get through your topic. You know what I mean? Really checking in with people and seeing where they are in their physical, their mental, and their emotional or psychological state is crucial to us, because we matter. And as soon as we start feeling like we don't matter, that's when the psychological issues start happening. Like, oh, I'm not important enough. I'm not good enough. Oh, they don't see me. Oh, da 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 da. Oh, I gotta be something else. This it's I can go on for days. So yeah, we all got issues.
Well, and we also have to think of the time that we're in, because we're in a time of technology and social media. So,
And
with that being said, many of us are not who we say we are, because
mm,
we are portraying a social media game. I
right.
mean, I said something. One of my clients was like, I get depressed every time I go on social media. I said, well, then get off of social media. And she said,
Mm-hmm.
why? I said, because does anyone put on social media, me and my husband just had a fight? Do they say, um, oh, I couldn't pay my rent? And
No.
You're right.
instead, what they do is they do things like have a whole bunch of tens or a whole bunch of dollars and spread it on the bed and take a picture from afar of money spread all over their bed,
Mm-hmm.
and trying to make themselves look like they have all this money and all. So that's the kind. Or they go by somebody car, a Porsche that's not their Porsche, take pictures. You know what I mean? And then when you meet them and you're like, oh, let's, where's your Porsche? Oh, it's in the shop. It's in the
Mm,
shop. It's in the
it's a,
shop. It's
yeah.
still there.
Mm.
Right.
People give a bunch of false narratives on social media.
Mm-hmm.
Correct.
And that's what it all boils down to. You can go to, you can get like $100 in ones or $300 in ones and put a band on them, and they're gonna look like a stack when technically they're just
Mm-hmm.
ones.
Just
But even with relationships, they're just a bunch of false narratives. But then there are some people
who are
who are
genuine.
genuine, and they're really um living that lifestyle, which is
Mhm,
that's fine, because if you work hard to achieve it, then you should be able to display it, right? Me,
mhm.
myself, and I'm against all of that, right? I mean, every now and again, I may go out and say, like when I was in Miami, I posted me getting ready to go to the beach, but it was like more so I had a long day. First, we're going to the beach, then we're going to dinner, and but I didn't post a lot of stuff, right? Because it's just nobody's business.
But I think it's okay. But I think when people center their world around the stories of others, that's
Then
when
it's a
it's a
problem,
problem.
right?
That's the problem. Create your own story, you
Right.
know, but not looking at everybody else's story and then you're like, no, I'm the only person in the world without a man. No.
No,
Do you know,
right.
well, hey, wait a minute. Did they put on there that they had a fight? Did they put on there
They're
that
about to get
they're
divorced.
about to get divorced? Right.
Right.
So it's those kind of things that get us in trouble. I think it's okay if you want to share your world. And I have some people that are on my line that they are so genuine. When it's painful things, they share it. Happy things, they share it. Um, you know, failures, they share it. Accomplishments,
Right.
so that's when you know somebody is balanced. But when you're watching people and their stories are always like over the top, you need to be able to put some balance in that. Like, okay,
Mhm.
I'm not saying that people don't have positive lives. I'm just saying um stardom. We've turning even our social media people into people that we're idolizing, like famous people and stars.
Right, which
And
is not good. But
And
exactly.
you know what
even before
is
we
the
get like,
funniest? You know
sorry,
what's
go
the
ahead.
funniest to me, that when you talk about how when they post all of the good stuff, right? They post when they get a new job, they post their boy. You ever notice that you could have a friend on social media and they could be in a relationship, and every day, every time their boyfriend or their significant, every time they go somewhere, they putting it, and the moment they break up, you no longer see. those posts anymore. I
Mm-hmm.
be
Mhm.
trying, look, I'm nosy because I'm like, well, wait a minute. They was just in love 3 weeks ago. I ain't seen her. I be trying to go to their page to figure out, well, what happened? Was there an argument? I mean, damn, you didn't let us know.
And see,
Right.
and there you go. And Nisi is one of the private detectives on
That's
social
right.
media.
I want to know what happened, boo. Why y'all not
Trolling.
together?
You trolling. No, but what? Even aside from that, like let's say for instance, so like my Facebook is compiled up of predominantly Christians, right? So I get, but if I scroll from the very top to the bottom of, like, I don't even log in on Facebook on a regular. So when I do, I'm overwhelmed with just all the information from person to person. Is that whatever, good and bad? Some person's in the hospital. Some need prayer. Some are celebrating a new house. You know what I mean? So you get it all right. But if you were to take a calculation of which kind of what you're doing when you're scrolling through that timeline, and then the first thing I think psychologically that happens is that you start reflecting on your own life and like, damn, am I really doing enough with my life? Because these people look like they're really doing it. Am I doing anything with my life? And you could be doing the best and doing the most, you know what I mean, but just not posting it or whatever, and still feel inadequate just because of a timeline of
And that's why I
people.
tell my clients to stay off of social media,
You know what I
because
mean?
if it gives you that type of feeling, if you can't go up and down people's timeline and just feel fulfilled in who you are and just be like, oh yay, she got a house, yay. And but when it makes you start feeling negative, then maybe that's not something you should be in, because nothing that feeds you and make you feel negative should be something you want to keep feeding yourself.
But I think
So
that also ties into the mental illness that we're talking about because our perspectives are twisted. We should be able to celebrate other people's victories and
right,
not feel envious and jealous or any type of animosity or any of that, and be able to celebrate them in distance, give our likes, our loves, leave a comment, and be genuinely happy for that individual and keep it moving.
exactly.
You know what I mean? Like I'm always bombarded, but I forget. Every time I go on Facebook, there's like about 90 birthdays that day. So I'm like, wait a minute, I can't wish everybody happy birthday. All right, so I gotta stop right there because I'm just gonna eat the rest of my day. As much as I love these people, I can't get through all of the posts. You know what I mean? So it's just like it's. So I don't even bother with it. I go on social media to do my marketing. This, any other than that, you don't really get to know about it. This is the most people will ever get to find out about me is through this platform, literally. So if you want to know about the AVLE, you guys to tune in to Life, Love, and all the above. The dirty, low down scoop on who I am and what we about and who these lovely ladies are. You see them? You see them two beautiful ladies right above me? That's right. Those are our hosts that are holding it down every day, every week, every year, and I applaud them for helping me to accomplish understanding myself through this platform and this podcast because it's really been pretty dope. So we're gonna start turning it up. We're gonna keep shaking it up. We're gonna keep it vibrant. Matter of fact, did we run through all of our topics that we had on our show yet?
We did, actually. We did. I mean, I was just gonna just recap and say, and speaking of that, since you talked about males and females of the show, we ended ended our last shows, our last two shows where I am female and I am male. And on both those shows, we want to know who taught you how to be a woman, who taught you how to be a male. And those shows were awesome. We allowed um people to talk, and we gave different perspectives. On the male show, of course, Abel, it was three of you who gave different perspectives on um, what contributed to the man that you are today. And then we had three females that helped us to talk about what contributed to the woman that we are today. And so I think that we and then we had a part two for the males. But overall, if we look back and as we have recapped all of our shows, We've tried to find something that everyone can identify with, and that's what we're going to continue to do. Just continue to, and our next show actually will be a very special topic that we're working on for a listener who sent in a topic. And so we'll keep you posted on that, but we want it to be so special that we're really working on that topic. So we do care about what you care about. So as Abel said earlier, we want to know, what did you like? What do you want to hear? What do you feel you want us to talk about or can do a little differently? Because we're interested, we're growing, and we plan to continue to soar. Come on, Passion.
You muted, baby.
I'm sorry. Yes, we are going to spread our wings and fly away. That's what we're going to do. we're gonna take the world by storm, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So so we're just excited. This show came together because of visions. And one thing I want to say is, those of you who are out there listening, we want to empower you to go after your dreams. If you have any type of thought or vision, find out what it takes to make it become a reality, because that's what we have done, and we're excited to be in this stage of our journey. We all came together. um Abel came and gave his expertise as it relates to his technology and producing and those kind of things, and we all have a gift, and we all put it together to produce this show. And that's another thing I want to encourage everyone to know, that when we talk about social media, we were playing, but don't become envious of somebody else, because you have a gift. Everyone has a talent, has a gift. Find your way to tap into what you're good at. And when you do that, you'll be so excited. So I just wanted to say that before we get ready to close out this show. um, I wanted to make sure I just keep you all lifted up and empowered, and have fun. Remember, the best job or the best thing that you could ever do is something you enjoy doing. So when you love what you do, you will love doing it.
That's right. That's for
Yes,
sure.
yes, Sean. Yes. Kudos. Yes, honey. You laid that out. You just laid that straight out. Couldn't have said it better. Couldn't have said it better. And thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And we just want to say thank you to our listeners again,
Yeah,
because you keep us motivated to and striving to do better for you. So thank
yes, yes. Thank you.
Yep. Well, it has come to that time, ladies. Did we touch on anything? So yeah, thank you everybody. Thank you all of our listeners. Thank you all of our viewers. Thank you all our subscribers. If you haven't liked, subscribe, please do so. We need you. We want to hear from you. We definitely need your support. That's the only way we can make this happen. In addition to our sponsors, and shout out to Empire Marketing. Um, you know what they do. And if you don't know, check us out, empiremarketing.xyz. But in the meantime, I think we are out, ladies.
Yes.
you.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Peace.